What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day fiancé video, and this one is all about Emily's father, how he likes to treat Kobe compared to how he likes to treat Emily. And I sit here and I ask you a question. I ask you a serious question. Can you make sense out of no sense? I'll tell you what. Watch the video and let me know in the comment section. But of course, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. And also at the same time, every single person that's a member of Patreon as well. Now, with that being said, let's get into exactly what I'm about to break down and how hopefully we can figure out whether if we can make sense out of what? Out of no sense.
Lisa and I are paying for just about everything for Emily. So it's not surprising that Emily would ask us to pay for the wedding.
You know, in this sentence, he starts off by referencing Emily and Emily alone. And I say that because one thing that I've noticed is that when it comes to the father or the mother, they never reference to Emily and Kobe as an item, as one. They always say either Emily or they don't even say Kobe sometimes, and they say and him or he. Lack of disrespect, don't you think? Or no, lack of respect. But of course, sometimes they'll throw in the word, or the name, shall I say, Kobe. And I find it quite interesting how they don't want to put them both in a conversation that actually says that, yes, they are together. But that's not the point of the video. The point of the video, as we continue to show you more clips, is the fact that, well, the dad is completely ignoring his role in Emily's financial behavior.
But right now, we don't know him that well. So he's got to prove to me that he can provide for his family.
You notice how they don't use how dad did not use Kobe's name? But here's the thing though, it's one thing that he's not using his name because I find that quite disrespectful. You let me know, don't you think that is quite disrespectful because he has got a name? But the matter of fact is though, he continues to talk about finances, talking about how is he going to be able to provide for his family. But here's the thing though. There are certain elements that should have been put in place before Kobe even arrived in the States. Purely because you see, when it comes to their son Kobe, he is someone that was born literally 17 months ago. Well, arguably, to be honest with you, we're now looking at 18 months because he's been there for about a month, give or take, right? So within that timeline, there was plenty of time for Emily's parents to get her set up in terms of the things that she needs to be preparing for or things that she needs to get done before he arrives. But also at the same time, there was many things they should have prepared her for way before she even had a kid, before she even got pregnant, before she even met Kobe. Something that they should have prepared her whole life, and that is how to survive in the world by yourself, how to get a job and also be able to pay those bills. But no, it's always been your daddy's little girl, mommy's little girl, we're going to give you exactly what you want. Honestly, I do wonder though how all the other siblings do feel about Emily's treatment when it comes to the parents compared to them, because in some families, there's always the one that is the favorite or the one that always seems to get everything, but others have to actually work for it because maybe that one is the golden child. Who knows? But the matter of fact is the dad, I like the way, and when I say I don't mean like as in like it. This is me being sarcastic, by the way. I like the way, he's more than happy to pay for Emily's way, but then now there's a man in the picture. He's now trying to put all that pressure onto the man. But the matter of fact is, though, if he wanted a man that was going to come in and be able to provide for his daughter the way he's been providing for, like the 4 years, in reality, he should have basically taught her to find a man that's actually going to have money then, I guess. He should have just breeded her to be a freaking gold digger if you wanted that. But nonetheless, though, for me, I just think it's a matter of where it's pure judgment towards Kobe because he's from a different culture, shall I say. But let's continue.
Okay, well, first of all, I still don't think you should get married just for the sake of getting married. I mean,
I'm not. I don't know why that's in your head. I'm getting married just to get married.
Well,
is it normal for some parents to be quite to question maybe someone's plans to get married? I mean, yeah, that's a common thing. So I have nothing against that. But the matter of fact is, though, they have known Kobe personally, physically, for about a month. But they've known about him for a whole, near enough 2 years, give or take, right? Near enough. And it's just crazy how they're bringing all these things to camera, but they wasn't bringing these things, but what I'm trying to say is that you would have thought that this would have been a conversation they would have had with Emily way before the cameras even started rolling. Because I find it quite interesting how this conversation is happening now. Because at the end of the day, they were more than happy for him to fly over to the States and more than happy for him to move in with them and live underneath their roof. But now all of a sudden they've got all these questions and pointers. But the thing is, though, if you're going to have all these questions and pointers, then maybe they should have made it abundantly clear to Emily and to Colby that just because you're coming here to stay with us so you can get to know our daughter, it doesn't mean that, you know, a marriage is something that's definitely going to happen. And also on top of that, before we even consider maybe even helping you guys financially, we've got to see, obviously, you know, certain things that maybe are applicable. Now, at the same time, though, should the parents be in a position where they should even be making those kind of comments and statements? No, not necessarily, but sadly, they're the ones who are always going to be paying for everything. So therefore, it does give them power to say certain things. And it's quite shocking that they hadn't already had these things in place way before. It feels like they're just waiting for him to come in and now they're just being difficult for the sake of being difficult. But here's the thing though. Remember, whenever he talks about Emily as an individual. Both the parents. They never talk about them as if an item. And he is talking to Emily about finances, okay? And when it comes to Emily talking about finances, he's more than happy to tell her, yeah, I'll pay for it. He may say little things here and there, but when it comes to Colby, though, when he's talking about finances, the energy it's the same, but it's very different in terms of it's more powerful. Have a look.
You do have a choice. I mean, we like Colby. He's a nice guy, but I've only known him 30 days. Your relationship is your business, but I heard kind of a worrisome.
And then we have the instigator. If she's so worried, no. If Colby's relationship and Emmy's relationship is none of their business, then why are you now bringing up what happened the other day in front of Daddy-O? Instigator. I like him as a nice guy. What the hell does that mean? That doesn't mean nothing. The mother thinks that she's being smart, when in reality she's been a sly, conniving. I'll leave that for somewhere else. But let's continue.
In the first few weeks, they certainly need to realize they're not going to get married and everything's going to be fine, which I feel like is the attitude Emily has. I mean, we're going to support you in whatever you decide, and we're here. Complains
about Emily's mindset, but then wants to support it regardless. Now listen, there's a fine line between support and just flat out just enabling your child to continue being stuck up, to be in her ways, you know, to feel entitled. There's a fine line between that. And the matter of fact is, this family know how to bicker when it comes to actually making putting those rules into place and putting those actions in place so Emily can actually learn to not think that everything revolves around her. They do such a poor job of that. So to be honest with you, the mom can sit there all day long talking about how you guys can get married, but it doesn't mean everything's going to be okay. But at the same time, I know that Emily's always going to think that things will be okay anyway. Oh, I wonder why she thinks that. Oh, I wonder why she has that mindset. Oh, I know, because you two were no good freaking parents raising your daughter. And again, like I said before, I wonder how the other children were raised, because none of them are living at home. They all seem to be off with their own jobs, with their own bills. For some bizarre reason, Emily doesn't have that. Maybe it's just a part of a storyline. Maybe this is just all scripted to make Emily look like as if she's a complete nimwit. But hey, who wants to go on a national TV show to make themselves look like a freaking nimwit though? That doesn't make much sense. So if you ask me personally, the parents, they effed up. Simple as that. And now they're looking to put all of that strain onto Colby. But again though, I always say, I wonder if Colby had been a different kind of person. If it had been maybe an American man, or maybe a man with tons of money, who knows how they actually would have been.
When he gets his green card and can work.
What kind of work is he going to do?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I think you should focus on things like that. I mean,
again, conversation that should have been had way before he even arrived. Conversation that Emily should have had with him, and at the same time, her parents should also have had with her to know exactly what the plan was moving forward. I honestly don't know who's more entitled, Ariella, Ari, whatever, or Emily. I'm gonna go with Emily, to be honest with you, because Ari does stress about financial struggles. Emily, on the other hand, doesn't even stress about it. She's like, listen, Daddy, Mommy and Daddy's got me no matter what. Yeah, or Daddy, to be more specific. So yeah, that's why Emily's definitely worse in that kind of situation.
but I think you need to sit down with Emily and really talk about a budget. How are you going to budget for COVID? How are you going to budget for food? How much money are you going to budget for rent? Emily has no clue as to how this all works. So,
wait. And whose fault's that? It brings back to my question. Can you make sense out of no sense? Because the matter of fact is, this guy, the daddy-o, is a complete tool, shall I say. How does it make sense to him to go to Kobe, to tell Kobe that Emily has no idea how this all works, as if that is Kobe's responsibility, when given the fact that Kobe is in America, Emily's homeland, so therefore, and in Emily's state. So therefore, if anyone's going to have a clue, or at least going to know how to start setting things up to a certain level to at least help Kobe understand how things work in America, my apologies, it sounds like the police are here right now. Are they coming for Emily and Kobe and the rest of the family? What are you guys doing? Shut up! Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you told? Yeah. The popo know about it. Anyway, going back to what I was saying before. The matter of fact is, though, how does it make sense to Daddy-o to tell Kobe this and put the pressure on Kobe when in reality, I know firsthand if I am moving to another country, obviously I'm going to educate myself on how things work there. But if I'm moving there and I'm meeting someone there who already lives there, of course I'm going there because I'm going to have high hopes that that person, obviously having a conversation before moving there, that they're going to understand, they're going to be able to tell me how certain things work. Because the matter of fact is, the way the taxes are in the UK aren't exactly the same as they are in the States. For example, here in the UK, if you're employed to someone, you don't do your taxes, your employer does your taxes for you. In the States, I don't know if it's in every state specifically, but I know in the States like Florida, for example, you have to do your taxes for yourself, regardless of whether you work for someone or you're self-employed. In the UK, it's only when you're self-employed you do your own taxes or you pay someone to do it for you. There is that. For example, as well, we have a council tax, okay? In America, you guys, some states have state tax and they also have another tax, you know what I mean? I only know this because I've been able to have a conversation with people, right? But the matter of fact is, though, how does Daddy-o know that Kobe knows these things? And also, how does he know that he's in a state that actually does taxes? And also, how does he know how the taxes are done in that one? How does he know how many taxes need to be done? Because I know in some states, there is no tax or something like that, or there's one tax, some kind of mumbo jumbo, you know what I mean? But this is what I'm trying to say to you. The way things are run in one country isn't the same in another country. So to be honest with you, instead of dad sitting there and talking about how Emily doesn't know this, Emily doesn't know that, he should be there and saying, listen, Emily, come here. Kobe, come here. And why should he be saying Emily, come here, Kobe, come here? Is because they come as one. You see how he's having a conversation with both of them separately? He has a conversation with Emily by herself, and now he's having a conversation with Kobe by himself. Why is he not doing it together? Do you see what I'm saying? And when Kobe wasn't there, him, him, not even using his name, completely out of line, completely disrespectful, and now he's obviously bringing it to Kobe. So what he wants Kobe for, so let me get this straight, he wants Kobe to figure out his career move, which he should have done anyway, but he wants him to figure that out within 90 days, even though he hasn't got a green card. But also on top of that, he wants him to also figure out how, you know, to live in terms of the rent or all that kind of stuff, when in reality, the dad should be pulling up. Do you know what, to be honest with you, Emily is the one that should be having a conversation with Kobe, because she should have known all these things already anyway. But because she doesn't know them, the dad should be bringing them both into the conversation and having a conversation with both of them and saying, listen, so let me know, what is the plan for you guys? Because, you know, you got 90 days to get married, and then after that, obviously, we want you out of the house. So let us know, like, what is your plan? You know what I mean? Obviously, is there any kind of job titles already lined up for Kobe when the green card finishes, of where he's gonna start applying? What savings do you have together? Do you know what? In fact, maybe I can help you in terms of helping you choose what areas you can maybe live in, and maybe help you obviously organize your financials. Maybe just have a whole conversation, teach them both. But no, instead it's separate them and then give them both two different type of energies and have like two different type of conversations. Because with Emily, he was more than happy, and so was the mum, more than happy to talk about, yeah, we'll still give you the money, yeah, we'll still support you, but you still got to do this. Well, Kobe now, it's not a case of, oh yeah, we're going to support, or yeah, we're going to give you money. It's more of, so what are you going to do to basically, you know, provide for my daughter? Like, bruh, really? You see what I'm saying here? I'm surprised I'm surprised that the mum and dad isn't trying to plot them against each other at this point. But to be fair, at the same time though, the dad telling Kobe that Emily has no idea of doing this, maybe this is him trying to put Kobe off with his daughter. You never know. That could be the narrative as well. We can't ignore that. But the matter of fact is, the energy levels, nothing changes with this family at all. You know, I wouldn't have a problem with them having these conversations the way they're having them with Kobe if they were doing it with both Kobe and Emily and putting them both in the same situation. But they're not. Fools. Fools.
I don't know. I think I'm still waiting to feel that they realize love isn't enough and that they're willing to go the extra mile to make it work.
The only time you decide to actually reference both of them is they. Damn, that must have took a lot for him. But nonetheless though, that's all I've got to say for this week when it comes to Emily and Kobe, if you dig what I'm saying. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you are thinking in the comment section and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also feel free to join the channel as well as Patreon, where the real shiz goes down. Yeah, dig. Like, no, I've already done that. Okay, anyway, bye-bye, yeah, peace.